What's up? PC Monk here with another Bitcoin video. I accidentally pressed start streaming on the OBS instead of start recording. What's up, guys? You guys doing okay? So yesterday we basically didn't move that much, right? This what I was expecting like uh happens when we were basically below. One thing that I have to say, I adjusted this line from 91,000 to here over the daily. I think it's a better line. It was below it. It was here, all right, around 91,700. I've adjusted it. And I think what we're doing right now, so we moved for 2 days. Okay, the third candle over the day didn't come true. We usually say market moves in three. Well, it didn't. It moved in two. Now, what's the third move? Is it gonna continue up, or this is just in a slow die towards basically where we were before? Which is if we break this, as I've drawn it there, let me just go on a 4 hour. All right, so if we break this line, which is a daily level, we could come back down and then recover it. But that aside, if we go back down and we don't recover it, meaning if we do a lower test, an under test, or a test below it and fail to regain it today, then we're gonna see 88,889. Now, if we lose that, then we're definitely gonna come to 85. And I think if we lose this, which is the mid level at this point of this pump, it would be over. In my opinion, we could come down here and then push it. We've seen BTC do stupid stuff, but I think if we lose 88,889, the pump is over. Right now we're consolidating here. We did one sweep yesterday. That was the PMI, and after the PMI, nothing really happened. Even if we go into the 1 hour and I turn the indicator, we could see that Hong Kong, Sydney, Tokyo, they really didn't do much, right? And what is happening right now is just the price is slowly moving towards downside at this point. So we'll see if it wants to hold around the wick or it's going to break it and go lower. It's all possible. Even a 50 EMA touch is possible, which is probably going to be around the wick as we continue to come down. We'll see what happened here. So overall, BTC is consolidating around here, and we could see this big sweep that happened, swept the low, swept the high. This was the PMI, and right now this could be the play. That's what I'm leaning for. So I'm leaning still for another move towards upside, another short squeeze. But if we lose this, then I'll be holding and waiting to see what is basically BTC is trying to do next. All right. Now, with that being said, we can take a look at the USDT as well. So what USDT is doing, this is what yesterday it was doing. Basically, USDT did the same thing. We swept the low, we swept the highs, and after that, we basically sort of consolidate here, and then we're now slowly building up on the USDT. So I've talked about that we have to gain this. So guess what? We broke it, and now we're holding above it. So this could continue all the way up to 516. Upon gaining 510. Okay, so we tried to gain it, but then we got rejected. But upon gaining it, I think this whole thing would be over, and it's gonna be basically bear market all over again. Now, with that being said, let's just quickly take a look at the liquidations. We have 1.94 billion around 96, and around 91 we got 1.48 billion to liquidate cumulatively. I'm talking about from where we are to those points. Now this is liquidation heat map. We could say we have a little bit at 95,600, and then we have a little bit towards downside that is not really visible in this one. We go to the next heat map. This heat map shows us better that we do have still some at the top, and we do have a lot at the bottom. Whenever I get to this heat map, it starts to just play around. So we do have a lot at the bottom, which is 85,000 around where we have that daily line. If you hit that, sayonara, bucko. All right, so that's that. This is the large orders. The large orders we have orders towards downside, right? But the orders towards upside are more heavy and they're stacked. Okay, so that's why it kind of, I still lean towards this because I think there's a good possibility of another wick towards upside. Now, maybe after we clear the wick here, we to retest the wick, then we push it. I think that would be a good long there. Obviously, no financial advice. Before we continue, actually, let me show you guys something that I really like. This is a no financial advice. Where's the disclaimer? Sorry, I forgot to show it. Here's the disclaimer. And with that being said, now we continue with the video. No financial advice whatsoever, guys. All right. So like what I said there, funding rate is not really, concerning on the BTC yet. So we're kind of doing good on the majors on the funding rate. Nothing to really concern about. Just looking at the headlines very quickly. All right. Um, there's some things about like Dave Portnoy or whatever that guy's name is. Bitcoin becomes fifth largest global asset. That's good. That's good. From A to efficiency, Solana buying for balance sheets. The protocol will ETH developers swap out the EVM for I don't even know what that is. XRP ledger bug patched after serious flaws spotted in XRP library. So with all of this that's happening, we'll still have to see if uh, Bitcoin breaches Ichimoku cloud to flash bull signal while. Okay, so Ichimoku cloud has been broken. All right. Now, what about this? Coinpedia, Arbitrum. There's a bunch of white cryptos going up. President Donald Trump to hold an exclusive dinner for the top 220, I think Trump holders. So, like no manipulation, bro. That Liberty Finance that lost 125 million over it, they all made it back over this pump on Trump, and this was like obviously market manipulation at its finest. I'm just gonna quickly take a look at it. I'm gonna call it. Look at this, bro. Look at this pump here. Yep, 69% GG, and this is what it is. And with that being said, guys, we talked about anything and everything. Is there anything I missed? Yes, the footprint. Footprint, and then we're done here. So that's the footprint. As you guys could see, yesterday we had this like a lot of distribution were happening around here. A lot of sells happen, a lot of asks happen. So if we just zoom in on the top of this 4 hours, you just see the wicks and how we doing here. Zooming in, zooming in. All right, there are huge imbalances on this wick, so yes, we might come back up. Uh, Again, huge imbalances on the previous wick as well, and the wick that pushed us all up, which I think it was this wick. There's still huge imbalances. Look at this. In my opinion, because of these imbalances, the market might come up, fill these 94 all the way to 94,900, which is going to be around 95K, right? Which there is big liquidation around 95K, which we showed earlier. Towards downside, if I want to read the footprint, uh, this was a sweep, so that's why I'm saying we might come back to the low of the wick because even here, I'm pretty sure the low of the wick has some volume imbalance if we continue. So there's exhaustion there. Yes, there are volume imbalance around here. Mm, some volume imbalance around here. Yes, that's why I think coming back to the low of the wick is plausible. So with that being said, guys, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay green. Until my stream, which is going to be into London market, I'll be happy to see you guys there. Until next time, peace out.